Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. Dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Ya-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Good evening, friends, and welcome. Nope, can't speak. Welcome to Gothic Horror Gaming. That's me. I'm Handler Z. Let's get spooky. Here we go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's going to be a special one, and I had Oh, a lot of coffee, and I just finished Bridgerton, so we're going to see how many different kinds of British accents I can do today. We'll find out. Good evening. So, welcome to Gothic Horror Gaming. Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors who are specifically, I believe it is Wren Adventures. So if you've ever wanted to do cool stuff in Europe, like tour around, I know that's where our fearless leader Paolo is right now. They do have a Scotland and England Dungeons and Dragons thing that'll be happening later on in July of 2022, provided that we can get clearance for everything. So look for that in the near future. And also want to just name check everything that's happening on the channel coming up. So tonight we are doing the Gothic Horror, nothing on Friday, nothing on Saturday, because we all have Ren fairs. Then on Sundays we have Savage Moon Sunday with Mike Nustel, who's one of my favorite people. He's super cool. Monday we have Modern Monday with Lady Prudence. She plays really cool cover songs. We also have 10 p.m. Glamour Hobo Bedtime Tales, which are super cool. Tuesdays are our regular Nat 21 adventures. Wednesday 12:30 Creating with the Crew. I do not believe we have Goblonia right now. It's still on hiatus while our friend Robert Turk publishes his book, which is going to be awesome. And then this morning you were treated to Sonnets with Shakespeare. So that's the cool stuff that's happening on our channel right now. Now we're getting into specifically Gothic Horror Gaming. Gothic Horror Gaming is super spooky, and it may contain contents like gore, extreme violence, creatures of common phobias. This particular adventure, we just learned last time, we burned down a Nazi's house. So if you're not super cool with that kind of information or, potential iconography, things like that, this game may or may not deal with that. So that's what our players have learned so far. They burned down a former Nazi's house. If you're super cool with that, feel free to keep hanging out on the channel. If that's just not your cup of tea, feel free to move on. It's super okay. We don't blame anybody for moving on from different things. Oh, is it Holocaust Remembrance Day today? Wow. That's really amazing. I did not plan that, and I'm really excited that that's kind of something that's important. No, actually, in my research of doing this, this is set in Skokie, Illinois in 1978, which presented a lot of specific, interesting information. But I will tell you that many Holocaust survivors in 1978 were residing in Skokie, Illinois. Based on my research, there was a 40% Jewish population, including a number of specifically Holocaust survivors that had moved in here, which all the more reason to clear out all the Nazis. So let's do it. And in terms of that, here's how things are going to happen. We are doing this is a D100 based system. So here I have two D10s. They're right in front of me. And I'm going to roll for varying skills. These players have a specific percentage regarding how successful they might be at a particular skill. So let's say 40% is a decent skill in firearms. So in order to succeed a firearms check, they have to roll under 40%. So 40 or below, they succeed in that check. Anything above 40, like 41, is a failure. Double numbers are critical successes or critical failures. So if they got a 33 on that skill, that's a critical success. That might give them extra bonus damage. Or if they got a 44, that's a critical failure. So maybe they're gun jammed. The only thing that works no matter what is a 69, because that's house rules and nice. Finger guns. Everybody off screen did finger guns. It was brilliant. Here's how you might be able to help our players. We have a counter that Rev Tommy is keeping in the comments. It is, you can use your Twitch points with Rev Tommy in order to generate help for these players. Yeah, 69. Thank you. My friend Eleonora, who you may have known from Chase Treasure as Lady Elsa, she is hanging out in the background today, helping me out with putting up comments and stuff, so I don't have to think about stuff. Yay! So if you want to help out the players, you can spend your Twitch points to allow them bonuses. So now instead of rolling at a 40% that they have to succeed, they're rolling at a 45. So they get a special bonus to helping them solve their skills. These players have to call that in advance. So just as a reminder to my players off screen that I'll bring in shortly, make sure that if you're using a help that you tell people in advance. Yes, spend Twitch points. See, this is why I don't have to think about it, because she's doing all the cool stuff. So feel free to check out those things underneath. So when last we left our players, it was June 1st, 1978, which I think was a Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. They'll tell me when they come on. We had gotten into the evening and we just burned down a house when they found a secret Nazi holdover from the potentially the 50s. So let's bring in our players one at a time. They can introduce themselves and what they do, and they can tell me how they feel about what just happened. So let's bring in first Ms. Darla Day, our CIA operative. How's it going, Darla?
It's going well. How are you?
I'm doing great in terms of being a background omnipotent god. So
God bless.
So in terms of how things went last time, why don't you give people sort of a rundown of what you're an expert in and how you feel about burning down that house? Because you were kind of the catalyst legitimately for this.
I mean, look, if we could have just burned down the basement, then we would have. But you can't just burn down a basement. Like, these things happen. You know, gotta throw the house in with the basement because, you know, when you find a room full of Nazi stuff, you don't just leave it there. You gotta take care of that. But yes, so my name is Darla Day. Some call me D-Day. Not many. I am an intelligence procurement specialist and derailment engineer for the CIA. And right now I'm helping Delta Green poke around Illinois. Apparently we're going to be dealing with some Illinois Nazis. And I don't like Illinois Nazis. I don't like Nazis in general. So, you know, if we find them, we're going to let them be judged by someone who's not us.
I love this. All right, let's bring in our friend, Dr. Sophie McCoy, who was also assisting the team. Why don't you tell us how you feel about burning down that house, Sophie, and what your expertise is?
Well, it was a darling house, but it had to go. I'm sorry. I'm going to agree with Miss Darla here because quite simply, once you find one Nazi, you're going to find others, and we need to send a message and let them know that this is not acceptable. I myself, I am a physicist currently working with General Electric. Normally, I'm out here. My boss thinks I'm out here as a consultant. Works quite fine for me. I am consultant just with Delta Green. But I'm right there with Darla. This is not something we could have let stand. You know, I'd originally felt bad for these poor men having been murdered. Well, I think they deserved it.
I'm so excited about this game. This is making me so happy. All right. And finally, we'll bring in our friend, Ms. Candy. Candy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you feel about burning down a Nazi's house?
Well, my name's Candy, and I do whatever the hell I want. And that includes burning down Nazi stuff, because Nazis suck. So, yeah.
This is fabulous. Just to clue in everybody that didn't get to see our previous adventure, which you could totally watch on YouTube. Yeah, these lovely ladies. Let's see. You investigated the first house that was on your list. That was Henry Haberfield. You found out that his real name was Carl Hager. He was an aerospace engineer in a Federal Mogul Corporation, which is based in Skokie, Illinois, and he was cut to pieces. He was not there anymore because thankfully you guys were in there 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. Thank you for the support, Johnny O'Twitch. And then you went to our friend Gerald Beekman's house, and that's where you found all of the Nazi paraphernalia and a bunch of other stuff. And in the evening, you were able to burn down his house. Yeah,
he wasn't using it anymore.
No, he was dead, and he was a bashler. So, yeah.
No, it's
I'm a little. I am more concerned about Eric.
Eric,
their friend.
Oh yeah, the third person.
The third person. I think we need to find that sucker.
Yeah. So, why don't you guys kind of review what you found in the last couple of houses? And you tell me how you want to proceed. At this point, I will tell you it is still June 1st, 1978, which I think we established was a Wednesday.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday. Fabulous. So it is now Thursday night, 1978, and you just set a house on fire. You do have one more lead to pursue. That's Eric Newbert. He was in the pictures that you found at the previous houses. There were 3 men standing together. They all looked very chummy. And you found his information in a Rolodex, I believe, in Gerald's house.
His little room.
Yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, you guys tell me how you feel about what's going on right now, and if there's anything you want to try to research or know, or if you just want to see if you can find this house immediately. Keep in mind, it's like, 6 p.m. at least on a day in June. It's probably starting to get dark. It's June, so it's not super
We
late.
probably have a good 2 hours of daylight left.
Yeah, but you did just burn down a house. So, and your instructions previously from our hot friend, I keep saying hot friend. What was his name? His very
James
nice
Steele.
British name.
James
James Steele. James Steele of the MI6.
That's my
was-
god baby's name.
Who promised me that he would look into Tottingham?
Yes, he said he would look into Tottingham for you. He said that this is a mission where you're supposed to eliminate all vectors, which you have clearly done so. But Delta Green has to be very discreet in doing these things. So,
Well, there was just a short in the wire, and it was such a shame.
Yeah.
These things happen.
I didn't see it happen. I didn't see it go up in flames. I'm down the street. I don't know where
well,
I
I mean,
am.
didn't you guys just like roll out of the house or something ridiculous? Except for Darla, who someone may have seen. The CIA operative, someone actually saw, but the physicist and the con artist, no one saw what was going on when the house caught.
I gave them a head start,
Yes.
and I was being very sneaky. It's the bullets.
Yes, that's right. Because as you set fire,
Weren't
you just
very
realized
subtle.
that there were a bunch of bullets in his room that started to
That's
shoot
great.
off
Yeah.
as the house caught fire. Yes. So yeah, that's what you've got right now. You two, you guys tell me how you feel about stuff and what you want to do. It's like 6 p.m. and you just set a house on fire. Assume that you've gone at least a couple of streets over and you are far enough away that no one would have known that you were the ones that set the house on fire.
By now, we probably hear the sirens of the fire trucks coming in to take care of the
Yes.
mess.
For sure.
I think I'd like to get the heck out of Dodge.
I think we should find this other gentleman.
What if first we go to a diner and eat something? Because I'm getting kind of hungry, and maybe we should regroup, get some pancakes.
At 6 p.m.?
Yeah,
All pancakes.
breakfast for dinner.
All right. You are an odd one, but I'll go for it.
Go for a diner, a beverage, a cigarette. I don't know. I'm all hopped up on I just burned a house down, so like I'm in. Like I know
Darla,
we gotta be like
maybe we don't
cool,
want to be
calm,
saying
but, like,
that
I
out
got that.
loud.
I got that
Yeah, let's not be saying that out loud. Let's think that.
inner.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see what diners are located in Skokie, Illinois. Now, granted, I am looking at a real-time map of Skokie, Illinois right now, so I don't know.
Barbecue. The worst urge for
Oh my
barbecue.
God! On Main Street, there is a Skokie Grill and Bakery. Let's go
There.
there!
Let's go.
Yay! I have no idea if
Love
that
you
was
too,
still
guys.
established in 1978, but it does exist. So, yeah, you guys can go to the Skokie Grill and Bakery. It closes at 10 p.m. on most weeknights. So, yeah, you guys can go out there and, assume that you weren't super duper far away from getting to Main Street. It'll probably take you 15 to 20 minutes to walk there. But at this point, it's just as strange as it is for 3 women to walk together in a small town in 1978. That's your operation, is however weird that looks right now.
If anyone
but-
looks, I'll just burn my bra. It's cool.
Very nice. Okay. So, you guys make it to the Skokie Grill and Bakery. They sit you down immediately. It's hopping. There is a decent number of people that are in the grill right now. It is probably about 6:30, 7 p.m. by the time you get there. There are a number of yay, thanks for the follow. There are a number of families clearly going out for something. Looks like there are a couple of kids out with ice cream. They are probably celebrating something. There's a couple of booths. There's a couple of tables. You're able to get in on one of the last tables. So you don't have a nice sound booth around you. So just keep in mind. But you are able to be sat at one of the tables in the restaurant. And your waitress is named Jenny. And she immediately takes your orders and walks right off to help out with stuff. She's very excited about telling you about their Jewish bakery that's associated with their stuff. And all of their stuff is fresh baked every day. Of course, it's 7 p.m. now, so it's not super fresh, but...
So, book club. I'm feeling good. I don't know about if you guys are feeling good. I could definitely read this other book tonight.
I am up for definitely another chapter or two at the least.
What?
Because we already Candy, the books.
The ones we were reading about the last big war.
Yeah, real exciting stuff. Like I think it's like a murder mystery.
Books. I read them.
Yep. There we go.
It's a good thing you're part of a book club, then, isn't it?
Because
Yeah.
I think you have the library card on you that has the
I
details.
do. I have lots of library cards. You want me to get that out now?
Well, pull out that Dewey Decimal for us. Let us know exactly where we can find the next book.
Yeah, it was on some street somewhere. It was on. Hold on, I got it here.
You don't have to say it out loud.
My cat joined.
Oh, you have it.
You do have it. It is 8230 North Kildare Avenue.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, that's where the book can be located in the library.
Perfect. I think I would like to take it out tonight.
Is the library open? Or will there be people inside?
I don't think we're going to know till we get there.
That's fair.
You can't have your butthole on the stream.
You can't have your
Why
butthole.
not?
Sorry.
It's not that kind of show.
It's not that kind of show. There may be some
But it
adult
could
language.
be.
I will also, if any of you would like to signal in some regard that the omnipotent God, you would like to look at any of the documents covertly or ask some questions about the stuff that you have already found.
Well, what do we have on us right now? I know we've got Darla's got herself.
Bubbles in the stream. That is what we are.
I know Darla's got herself a little bit of memorabilia that she borrowed. Maybe.
Don't you have certain documents that the complex bits?
I do have those. I'm not quite certain that they're going to be helpful right at this very moment.
Right.
They're rather complex. We'd need to go through, and unfortunately, this particular book is not written in a language that I am familiar with.
Well, Sophie, if you do want to take it out, I can let you roll another science-related, physics-related skill if you want to just page back through. Now that you're trying to
it's
not
just
trying to
science book.
escape actively from a.
It's just a science book, so I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put that in the center of the table, start flipping through, and I'm going to roll.
Book club.
And I'm
Book
going to
club.
roll a 5.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Thanks for the help.
Woohoo. So, as you are looking through the documents, yes, they are written in German. You can't make heads or tails of the German part. You are finding a lot of stuff relating to, this is some theoretical physics. This is not necessarily specific physics. There's some weird calculations here. Because you did so well, you eventually come across a very interesting document. I'll have to see if I can bring up a picture of it at some point, but I'm trapped under a cat. It shows a sort of odd-looking structure. It's very large, seemingly, probably about 6 or 7 feet tall in terms of the measurements. It's like a blueprint. And scribbled on the sides of this blueprint are a bunch of different calculations of all different kinds of things. Again, more theoretical physics, maybe some notations about particle physics. And there is the one thing that keeps... You have to get down. The one thing that keeps coming up over and over again is the words Die Glock. D-I-E Glocke. It is written in almost a packet of papers that are all sort of clipped together. And you see this sort of blueprint over and over again, and it's different iterations of this blueprint. It has, sometimes it's a very large sort of set of documents where the measurements are different. So instead of it being 7 feet tall, it's 10 feet tall. You see a different version, which looks a little bit newer, that it looks like the document says it should be 4 feet tall. It is a sort of curved, bell-shaped object.
I think Die Glock is actually a cocktail I had once.
Well, the only thing I know is D means the. I mean, but everybody knows that. Glock, on the other hand.
Yeah, everybody.
Glock, I have no idea what that particular word means.
Isn't that a kind of gun?
That's what I was thinking.
Or mulled wine.
Or what's a glockenspiel? That's a word.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what the glockenspiel is.
I don't either, but I know it's a word. Is it a clock?
No, a glockenspiel is a kind of, it's a bell. It's like pipes and it dong. You play it in band.
Okay, so we're looking
Candy
for
was a band in the
some
50s. That's
Nazi
exciting.
band nerds.
But yeah, that's all you can really make heads or tails of is there's a lot of different versions of this blueprint. It is definitely written in German. It's got a lot of calculations about things that could potentially be happening or could possibly happen, but they're not actual physics calculations. They're not real physics that you know and are familiar with.
Are these calculations that are going to make me wonder just what this young man was smoking when he was writing them down?
No, these are things that you may have kind of studied in school, like the possibilities of physics in the future, the possibilities of what could happen. Like this is almost like calculating the speed of light, but not.
So these are calculations that are just not possible right now.
Correct.
We've not proven any of these calculations yet.
Yeah.
There's just no way to do that with our current knowledge. So I'm not certain just what this was, but I can tell you one thing, Candy. I'm fairly certain that it is not a recipe for a cocktail.
Shit. All right, well, I'm out.
I mean, does it seem like it would explode?
I'm actually not quite sure what he was. I'm going to assume it was the author who wrote this. exactly what he was going for here just yet.
You know,
I do not know what these would cause to happen.
I heard that the narrator was really into like weird occult stuff, like psychic and finding artifacts and stuff, right? Or was that just Indiana
Psychic
Jones?
physics would certainly be a stretch, but given what these calculations look like, I'm not going to count it out. At this point, anything could fly.
There.
What
Sorry, I just uploaded it. It looks kind of like that.
It's a Dalek. Dalek? Dalek.
1978. You might know what a Dalek is.
Ah,
Yes,
it
you
does
would.
look like a Dalek.
The lad with the scarf, he's doing stuff.
My first thought is it looks like a diving bell.
Huh.
Looks like the crash landy thing after what the astronauts would crawl out of from the ocean.
Oh, the
Yes, the
capsule.
Yeah.
Right?
It does look like a landing capsule. Well, those are based off of diving bells.
What are those weird markings on the bottom? They look like pictogram.
That's potentially relevant. It wouldn't necessarily be in every single version of the documents that you're looking at, Sophie, but there is a very elaborate version of what this may be mocked up as. And yeah, it does contain some of these weird pictograms in it.
What I'd be interested in finding is if this book were to become a movie, and maybe someone would have built a prop, something similar to what we're looking at here.
Ah.
We didn't find it when we talked to the last author, but
Well, you know, when I see a good book, I just want to read it. I don't
I
want to
think
leave
we
it on the
could
shelf.
read it cover to cover.
Yeah.
Well, let's go find this guy, Eric.
All right. Let's do it.
First, I have to go to the ladies' room for some special candy time.
Whatever do you mean, Candy?
Is that a good
explain it.
idea right now, Candy?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be back.
Hey, look,
I get up
tuned
and I
down,
leave
she
to the
can go
bathroom.
off, it's all good.
And I go to the bathroom and I just go outside.
And that you don't even like come back to the table to pay for your meal or anything? Nope. Okay, cool, great.
I was like, she's sticking us with a bill.
She is. I'll get it.
Oh. I'll get it next time. Thanks,
I have a
Mom.
feeling there's going to be a next time.
Yeah.
I'm loving having Elle on the stream today just because of comments. Like, Andy abandons the ladies with the check. This has never happened because my husband doesn't think of those things, and I love it. This is great. Quality content happening.
Well, because
right now.
before it said that, you know, what Sophie was discovering, but it said Darla, and I'm like, wait, what did I do? I'm trying to read the comment. I'm like, oh wait, I did something. Well, hopping around on. Thank you.
Well,
hop
before it
around
gets too late,
fire.
we should go make sure that the library is still open.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's do it. What are we doing? Let's go. Do we need a car? What are we doing?
Okay, so by the time you get out of the restaurant and Sophie covers the bill, it is about 8:30 on a Thursday night in a small town outside of Chicago. There is a whatchamacallit, the yellow line, is that what it's called? The gold line? There is a Chicago train. Yeah, the Chicago L, the yellow line, comes out to Skokie, but it doesn't go super far, and it probably won't go to this North Kildare Avenue. So you can either call a cab or you could try to contact your friend Thomas, who was your driver in the beginning, or you can try to walk. Whatever you want to do.
Are there any hot rods around?
Let's just find ourselves a cab, Candy.
I was thinking cab too.
Yeah,
I
really
go
not
over to
looking
the bar at the diner, ask for the phone, ask them to call us a cab, which they do because that's a service bars used to do, and roll up.
Okay.
Candy looks so disappointed.
Keeps trying to jack cars. I can't believe this. Okay.
Later.
Do not encourage her.
I'm just saying, look, if this book has a car, we might.
All right, if
alleviate
the
him of
author has a
that.
car, we can borrow. We'll look.
Yay!
Maybe.
I hope it's a
Maybe.
good one. I don't do vans.
If the author has a car. Oh God. Okay. So yeah, you guys are able to get a cab. You can give them the address of this house. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Sir David Percival comment of I'm waiting for the Chase Treasure after our show.
That is what we get. Nothing in between.
See, all I can come up with is Riders on the Storm, but as buttholes in the stream.
See, I was thinking like Barracuda, but like, ooh, it's a butthole.
Oh my goodness. This
All right,
is a crazy
Skokie,
game.
what song do you think of when you hear butthole in the stream?
All right.
It's
So
nothing to do with this.
Ignoring it.
Look, I
No,
have a
does
job.
not exist.
We're just going to step out and try to get on with this
We're
book
off.
reading.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are able to get to 8230 North Kildare Ave. It is a real address. Please don't look it up. It doesn't look like this. Yeah, and you are able to get to the Newbert house. It is a relatively quiet street at roughly 9 p.m. on a Thursday night. Plenty of houses have their lights still on, but no one's outside anymore. Even though it's June, this is after the time that kids would have been called in for nighttime, bedtime kind of thing.
Well, mosquitoes are coming out now, too.
Yes, even the Chicago mosquitoes are nasty and mean. Yeah, everybody roll me an alertness, and let's see what you can find out about this house.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh, is that a critical success for you? It's under your skill, yeah?
It is definitely under my skill. My skill
Okay,
is
so
40,
that is
yes.
a critical success. Good job, Sophie.
44.
Ooh, is that also a critical?
It is.
Yay, good job, Candy.
I learned my ASL numbers. 27.
Okay, so that would definitely be a success for you at least. Okay, so we will start with Darla.
Alert.
Candy's
Alert.
very alert. Darla, as you guys are let out from the cab, you make sure that you are let out just a couple of houses down from the house that you are specifically targeting. It is a nice, quiet night. From your vantage point, about 3 houses down, you can see that all of the houses on the street have some lights on, including the house that you are trying to approach. It does not have a front light on. It has like a front porch light, but not any of the... as compared to the other houses where clearly in their living rooms, they have maybe some kind of TV or something going on, or somebody possibly reading, that you can see a lot of lights and potentially shadows of people walking back and forth. There's just a porch light on at this particular residence. Let's see. Dr. Sophie, as you are getting out, you noticed as you were driving over that this is in proximity to the Evanston Hospital. You guys are relatively close to that. And you think, based on some of the information that was kicking around in the the documents that you've looked at, as well as what Candy had provided from the place card that had his name and address on it, that a hospital is a real great place for somebody who works in theoretical physics or any other kind of engineering to potentially work at. So this is a great spot for someone to hide in plain sight. Candy, in your hyper awareness, you notice the bats that are flying around eating all of the mosquitoes. You also notice that it is a pretty quiet night. Yeah, as of right now, no one is on this street. It seems super, super quiet. Everybody's cars are in their driveways, tucked up nice in their little carports. So you can't get access to any of those. No one's parked on the street. Yeah, it sounds super quiet. No one's out here, and the bats look really cool.
Well, we could simply approach the house. I could ask them if they're interested in hosting an Avon party.
I was thinking evangelical. I like that better.
Or maybe Tupperware. I think this is a Tupperware neighborhood.
Tupperware.
Yeah.
I had a cousin who sold Tupperware once. Huh. I wonder where she went. Anyway, sorry.
Candy, focus.
Yeah. What about blackmail?
Go on.
Well, we have the photo of him as a Nazi, so why don't we just be like, blackmail?
Let's not open with that. Let's get in the house nicely, and then
I'm thinking evangelical might not be the way to go.
Okay.
I was noticing that this is a fairly Jewish neighborhood, so like that might not get us in the door.
I was thinking Tupperware.
I think Tupperware.
Everyone needs Tupperware in their house right now.
Problem is, do we have any of our, like, do we have any Tupperware? I can steal some maybe, or.
We just want to set up a party. We want to get in there and talk to them.
Yep. Look, I don't know.
We don't need to have our samples with us.
Welcome to the channel. This is weird.
All right, okay. Let's do it. Let's just wing it. Wing it a prayer.
I'm going to swing around the back.
Okay.
And get in that way.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. We'll keep attention at the front door.
If something goes down, if he pulls a weapon on you or something, make like a bird sound.
Okay.
He pulls a weapon. I have a feeling she's going to squeal like a grease pig.
Me?
Squeal like a bird, and I'll know it's you.
Look, I've seen my fair share of weapons, all right?
All right.
When you've seen a jailhouse shiv, nothing really scares you anymore.
I think you scare me just a little bit, but let's go on and see what we can do.
All right.
The physicist is the one that's old hat with weapons being pointed at her, but okay.
Ms. Darla, I need you to roll some kind of. You have a stealth? Yeah, you have a stealth of 50.
Oh, I got stealth.
So feel free to roll that, and you do have some help
I'm
from the comments.
super stealthy.
Maybe not right now.
I am. It's up against the wall. I'm rolling again.
Okay.
There we go. Is that 92?
Ooh, no. Okay. So Darla says, all right, I'm going to be stealthy. I'm going to see you guys. And she starts to run kind of quietly towards the backyard. And as she does so, she doesn't necessarily notice the trash can that's kind of in the middle of the driveway unintentionally. It's one of those black trash cans. There's the only light on is the porch light. And she totally just wham runs into the trash can, knocks it over. There's some trash in there that kind of spills out. She casually shoves it back in, puts it back, and then continues around the back of the house. Another pro secret agent self fail. Yes, Tommy Abbott.
Damn raccoons.
My goodness.
Like, never saw him good at my job.
Shall we, Miss Candy?
Yeah, Candy.
Sure, let's go.
Feel free to knock on that door. Or
knocking on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. There is you wait a couple of seconds. There is no reply.
Ring the doorbell
just to make sure. There you go.
Yeah, you ring the doorbell. Again, no reply. Candy, based on your super hearing, and observance of bat skills. There is no movement in the house.
Well, if no one came running when the raccoons knocked over the trash can, I think we might
Shall
be looking
we?
at an empty house.
Let's.
After you.
Okay. I open the door.
Okay. The door is locked, but you have lockpicks or...
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I mean, feel free to throw those down if you want. This is not the kind of place that has... there is a welcome mat, but there's nothing obvious under it. You already, just out of habit, kicked your shoe point up underneath the mat. There's nothing there.
Okay. So I break out my lockpicks and I just start.
Okay. Let me see what you would roll in terms of that skill.
Oh, I actually put that under my craft.
Okay. Yeah, craft lockpick. Yeah, okay. So yeah, feel free to roll that for me. Your craft skill of 50%.
8.
Damn, okay. You guys are rolling rocks tonight. Yeah. Without too much trouble, this is a pretty standard door lock. You are able to, after about 30 seconds, seemingly with no observation from the street, you are able to pop that lock open and walk inside. Darla, let's deal with you real quick because you're still trying to make your way around to the backyard. Not necessarily very stealthily, but roll me an alertness.
33, and my alertness is 60.
Nice. So that is a critical
crit.
success. Nicely done. Yeah, so in spite of running into the trash can, you're able to make it into the backyard. It is dark. It is quiet. You don't hear anything either. There's a couple of dogs barking in other people's yards, but nothing untoward. There is like a back door that you could potentially get into. It is unlocked.
Is there one of those like storm doors to the basement?
Let me think. Yes, there is. There are some storm doors to the basement. This is a similar layout to the other houses that you've been to. We will say that, yes, there are storm doors to the basement. It's a holdover from the 1950s and the nuclear fallout terror.
Mm. Is it locked?
That one does have a padlock across it.
All right. I guess I'll go to the back door, see if it's locked, listening for bird calls or squeals.
You don't hear anything, and yes, the door is unlocked.
All right. I'm sneaky up in that house.
Okay.
I'm going to take the gun out of my purse, point it low, but just,
Yeah.
you know, it's out.
You three managed to come into the house from different directions and not shoot each other, so good job.
I take my shoes off.
Yes, Candy takes her shoes off. That's correct.
I
Candy,
think that
just out of curiosity, are you walking around like barefoot when you take your shoes off, or are you walking around in like nylons?
I got
Legs
nylons on underneath
Okay.
my bell bottoms,
Nice.
Legs
but
period.
the nylon knee high little sockies.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking? You know.
The nice beige ones.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have any runners in them. Very
Mhm.
impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I pay for them?
Yeah, so Candy takes off her shoes by the front. Yeah, once you guys are inside, similar story to the previous houses you've been in. This is a little bit more similar to your second house, so Gerald Beekman. I keep saying Gerald, I don't mean to. Gerald Beekman's house. It is relatively Spartan in terms of furnishings. This one does have some memorabilia. It has some Sophie, you notice that there are some awards not laying around, sort of put up in the den, which is how Darla is coming in. So Darla is coming from sort of the back portion of the house. And yeah, in the den, you guys see some awards that are just sort of put up. There's some like a kitchen light that's on, like over top of the stovetop. That kitchen light is on. You don't see anything laying out. And
Now, these awards that are up there, are they in English? Are they in German?
they
Can
are
I
in
tell what they're for?
English,
Right.
and they are related to particle physics. So achievements in particle physics. And there is a like not an award, but kind of like a thank you sort of note that is also framed, that is from the Evanston Hospital in recognition of 15 years working in radiation and oncology.
All right. Actually, I'd like to go into the kitchen.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is open up the refrigerator. I want to see if this person expects to be back, or did he clear himself out? Is anything spoiled in there?
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to roll a search roll for that. There's some stuff in here. It pretty bachelory. Especially in the freezer. There's a bunch of very early TV dinners. There is a box from the diner that you guys went to. It doesn't have a date on it or anything, but it does have like food in it. It looks like steak and potatoes. It is not rotten for sure.
So it looks like it's probably just been within a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As long as there's nothing in there, starting its own Magna Carta, we're good. All right.
Great.
All right. So if he's around, he's not too far, I have a feeling. He does not look like there's anything out of place. Is there anything that looks out of place?
That's not alertness. Roll me a search for anyone who wants to sort of look to see if there are things out of place. That would roll me a search roll for that.
Any family pictures, anything like that?
Potentially.
I got a 28 out of 20.
I got a
Okay.
24 out of 40.
Did not succeed.
Okay, so Sophie is the only one that finds stuff.
That's because I'm not shooting anything.
Yeah. So,
How dare you?
Darla, you do see some photos, but it's golf. Like it's pictures of two dudes playing golf. Actually, one of the people you do recognize as one of the other, a much aged version of one of the other people. That's Gerald Beekman. Gerald Beekman showing back up again, clearly in one of these golf pictures. Gerald, whatever. Sorry, I keep saying that because his name is Gerald the Beek. It's silly. Yeah, you see a picture of this person with his arm around a couple of colleagues. You see like a very old picture, black and white, of a young boy with a mother and father. You would potentially think that that was a family picture from pre-war. But nothing specifically standing out in terms of German or anything like that. Candy, you're so attuned to all of the noises that are happening in the house that every time someone walks around, you're just hearing all these creaks and you're like, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that?
I would like to go to the bedroom.
Which one?
His
This
bedroom.
is another one of those houses.
Oh, right.
So,
Is the spare bedroom like an office or something?
You can't see that from where you are in the kitchen den area.
I would like to go investigate.
Okay. We'll do Dr. Sophie first, though, because you actually observe some stuff. So, Dr. Sophie, as you're looking around, you're seeing a bunch of these awards and things like that. You see that there is a desk drawer in the office that is open slightly. It just wasn't pushed all the way in. Nothing completely out of order, but it definitely looks like there are some very organized files in here, and someone has been through them recently.
Oh, I'm going to be opening that drawer and trying to see what I can find in those files.
Oh, sure. Is there anything in particular you're looking for here?
I'm going to be looking especially for any more calculations, anything to try to explain the documents we picked up in the second house, but also just anything that tells me who or what Eric has been living like for the last, I guess, at least 15 years here at Evanston Hospital.
Okay. Yeah, so roll me a different search roll. Or if you have anything, if you would like to roll me specifically like your physics roll again of your sciences to see if there's something specific in terms of
Let's
science.
go ahead and roll physics.
Okay.
And we are rolling a 64. So we are failing that.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, there's more physics stuff in here. It's kind of beyond you. This is particle physics, so it is a real physics. But these calculations aren't theoretical. They're not like something you may have studied in college. This is like way beyond what you were involved in. This is like the difference between looking at like geometry and then looking at like a puzzle and actually putting it together. Like, you know, there are drawings of what could potentially be happening, and then there's actually the pieces and actually putting them together and making them work and actually making functional objects out of the things that you've thought about.
Makes
so
sense.
it's just a little bit beyond you. Roll me just a regular search just to see how you do with something here.
That is a 21.
Nice.
So that is fine.
Okay. So in terms of what you find just based on his livelihood, he's got bills for this house dating back, you know, a couple of years. He seems very well organized. But somewhere in the back of the drawer, you find kind of not a false front entirely, but sort of like a wood panel that would stop the back of the drawer. And then beyond that, you find an extra file, and it is in German. And as you pull it out, you find something that is titled Osenberg, Osenberg. And what you see there specifically is a list of names. Scanning down, you definitely find Gerda Beek. You definitely find Karl Hager. And you find Erich Neubert, sorry, E-R-I-C-H. Erich Neubert. Elsa's is going to kill me for all of this stuff because I am just mangling German names left and right. Yes, and a number of other names as well. And this is a huge list. It is multiple pages. It's several hundred names with different headings, different sort of information about them. It looks like maybe locations. Not addresses per se, but like almost like latitude and longitude level locations of information.
So I'm going to look at the others. Does the name Osenberg ring any bells?
I would like to roll something for like geography. I want to know if this is a place.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything specifically for that.
I don't. There's not a geography moment, but there is like let's see, what can we use? History maybe? I don't have history.
I was gonna say sure, but okay. Darla, I would like you to roll a military science for this.
Ooh.
Let's see, 61, military science 60. I'm just over.
Osenberg definitely rings a bell for you, especially in terms of your destabilizing work. This was something important. You can't put your finger on it. You don't remember why it was important, but it was definitely something important. And it might have had to do with important people and moving around. Candy, do you have anything you want to try to roll on this?
Figure
anything out specifically? It's okay if you didn't. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything in this area. I mean, I have. Nope, I got nothing.
Okay.
Unless I could do just like a general knowledge.
Not for this. Yeah, Darla. Based on Darla's information, you guys would know that this has something to do with probably German military.
Great.
It doesn't have to do with a specific area. But more to do with some kind of German military something.
Okay.
But you don't know what for sure.
All right.
Okay. Now we go back to Candy. You wanted to investigate the rest of the house.
I do.
All right.
I do.
So as you head toward the back of the house, so keep in mind you have so as you come in the front door, there's your formal living room. And then off to your left is the dining room. Then as you go through the dining room to get to the kitchen, which opens up to the den, and then sort of on the right-hand side of the house, as you're looking through the front door, are the bedrooms and bathroom.
Right.
So you have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. They all have particle board doors, but all of the doors are shut. It's those particle board doors that have pictures of wood instead of real wood on them.
Yeah.
Just miss a check. Use your Twitch helps with the love of the mod. Remember, those are there. They'll probably come in handy today.
Yeah.
I would like to peek into the guest bedroom really quick.
The guest bedroom. Okay. Cool. So you are trying to open that door and it feels like jammed almost. Not that the handle doesn't turn. The handle turns. It feels like something heavy is pushed up against the door. You can't push it open.
Even if I shoulder it a little bit?
Mm-hmm. This is something large and heavy is laid up against this door.
Great. Would there be a window on the outside of the house?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to lock that away. I'll go to the bedroom now.
Okay, so you're going to the main bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I also, ladies, this door won't open. I mean, there's something blocking it. Just might want to have a little heads up there.
Good to know.
I'm going to come back to that. I don't want to go kicking doors down yet. It's on the menu, though.
Oh, I like that yet that you put in there.
It's a yet. It's a yet.
Everybody take a second and roll me an alertness roll. Just curious.
I failed.
Okay, fail.
49.
Four again.
Yes. Okay. So, Darla, was that a success or fail for you?
Yes, success.
Okay. Sophie, you're still trying to puzzle through this weird list that you got. You're like, what the hell does this mean? I don't understand. I'm just a little confused.
I'm very focused.
Darla, as the door kind of cracks as Candy's pushing on it, you get the smell of not sulfur, but like weird, like ozone almost coming out of that.
Ozone?
Yeah, like weird sort of demolitions kind of scent.
Okay.
And Candy, as you push in, because your senses are kind of heightened right now, you pick up some of that kind of smell as well, almost like like a lightning storm sort of level kind of scent, like when there's thunder and lightning and then just smell. And you definitely get the scent of like early death, like probably just happened kind of level. Ooh. Gross stuff.
I'm just going to lightly grab Candy by the shoulders and say, stop doing that.
Pushing on the door.
I'm gonna stop. And I think something icky is going on in there. Like dead icky.
Hmm.
I like to picture in my mind that Candy's just pushing on the door and pushing on the door. Guys, I can't get it open. Then, and
No, thank you.
meanwhile, Sophie's just like, what the hell does this mean? What is going on here?
I can hear them in the background, but I am not paying attention.
Yeah.
I still though definitely want to go into the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to keep searching, and do we want to peek through that window? Because now I kind of want to peek through that window, but I've already lost a fight with the trash can. Once.
I mean, I'm sneaky as urge.
All right, let's check out this bedroom,
Uh-huh.
and then it's window time.
I want to roll my criminology.
As you to get in the bedroom. Okay, so yeah, you're able to open the master bedroom door, and yeah, it looks like a pretty standard bedroom. It has some nice pictures around it. It's similar stuff, like a golfing. There's a golfing trophy in there. There's some pictures of potentially this person, Eric, and some colleagues. But yeah, Candy, feel free to roll me that criminology.
I want to find some. Oh, yep. Definitely passed.
Cool. Yeah, so you are pulling your secret, I'm going to look under all the beds stuff.
Yeah.
As I am not sponsored by Frontera, but I wish I was. So as you're looking through all of the information, just sort of like looking underneath everything, everybody else is sort of just observing. Yeah, you dig underneath those sheets and you start pulling out not necessarily a jackpot of information, but some cool stuff. That was exciting.
I had
I thought that jackpot of information was attacking us.
Yeah.
No, I was like,
still do. I don't know. It's like, or maybe it's just the couch. It looks like there's an orb next to me.
It's ghosts.
It's looked like that all
it's
night.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Candy, as you are digging through stuff, underneath the mattress, you pull out a big stack of German marks. Like a big stack, like thick as a sandwich kind of stack of German marks. And you pull out some more documents. These are similar to maybe what Sophie had found before of physics and stuff. These are, Sophie, since you've already been familiar with some of the other documents, these are even more advanced blueprints and much more up to date of the big bell-shaped object. And Candy, you also pull out an additional photo. And this one not only has your friend Eric as a much younger man, and Gerald and Henry, there are two other people on this photo. One of whom is clearly dressed in a German SS officer's uniform. Like the big black uniforms with the nice like peplums on the sides and everything. This guy wearing like the big black hat. He was high up in the organization. You're familiar with this from history. This guy very clearly was some kind of very important person in German military. And then the other people, they're all looking very serious in this photo versus the other photo that you guys had found where they were sort of palling around. This is 5 people who are clearly not necessarily inspection, but they are definitely all standing like next to one another in a very official looking sort of document. But it's not a photo that you've ever seen before.
Does it have a inscription on the back or anything like that?
I mean, you flip it over and it says 1944. Everything else is kind of faded out. There was other writing on there, but you can't see what it says. But you can definitely make out 1944. No names on this one.
Okay. Are there any other like potentially secret places? Like, especially now that we've found the secret room in the other house, I feel like I've been eyeing the dimensions pretty hard.
So this one is, while it's laid out similar to House 1 and House 2, it does not have the weird false front of the den like the second house did. There don't seem to be any secret rooms or secret places in here. It seems like you guys are kind of seeking out those things. Other than not being able to open the second bedroom right now, everything else is pretty much clear.
Got it. Okay.
I'm going to take a look at those blueprints that Candy's pulled out, because that's just fascinating. Obviously, they've been working on this for quite some time, and it looks like they've been making advancements, which is actually looking a little terrifying, because I have no idea what this is supposed to do.
Okay. Sophie, you got a flashlight?
I do indeed.
Can I borrow it?
I do. You certainly may.
Thank you.
There you are.
Please and thank you. All right, I think it's time to go around the house and look in that window. Darla, you want to come?
Wait. Why are we looking in the window?
You know what? Just stay here.
Why?
Why are we looking in the window? What's in the window? Which window?
We just want to see what's in that room.
So yeah, the room we tried to. It's some icky and it smells weird.
It's icky and it smells weird.
I'm pretty sure there's a dead guy in there.
There may or may not be a dead guy in there.
I think there's a dead guy. I smelled a dead guy. It smelled dead.
In the window then. Yes, I agree with... I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree with Candy. we should take a look in the window and see if Mr. Eric has made this his final resting place.
I'm going to be super sneaky. I am very sneaky.
I'm just... All three of us are going to go look in the window?
No, I was going to go look in the window. I asked if you wanted to come.
Yeah, I want to come, but okay.
Well, come on.
Y'all go and I'll stay in here and wait to see what you find.
It's safer.
Okay. Do you want to try to do this stealthily, walking back out in the backyard?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to put your shoes back on?
Yes.
Okay.
But I put them on outside.
You put them on outside?
Yeah.
Someone grew up in a house where clearly you weren't allowed to wear shoes indoors.
Someone knows that you can be tracked by the treads of your shoes when you're on carpet.
Fascinating stuff, criminology. Yeah. So if you want to try to go out stealthily, Candy, I would ask you to make a stealth roll. Darla, do you also want to follow her and try to make a stealth roll?
Yeah, I'm going out with her.
Okay.
Guys.
And feel free to use these helps. They do exist.
I think I am going, because I have failed every stealth so
You've failed every stealth roll so far. It's been very entertaining.
I'm going to use the help. So we already checked the house, like the basement and stuff and everything.
Yeah. There's nothing seemingly other than the one room that you can't get open. There's nothing in the bathroom. There's nothing in the basement. The basement is pretty much empty. There's golf clubs down there. That's it.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 9.
Woo. Okay. Not a critical success, but still a success.
I've been someone blessed.
Rolling rocks today.
So it's 5 less with the help.
Yes.
So with the help, I got 22 out of 20.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is a critical failure. So Candy sneaks her way out super stealthily as a criminal. She is even careful not to leave footprints on the sort of concrete patio that's just outside the door sort of situation. So she's like almost the floor is lava level of stuff. So she's like sneaking along the everything.
She's a crab.
Yeah. And Darla walks out and also has her flashlight, and then immediately, even before she turns the flashlight on, just trips on the concrete and just doesn't. And with a critical fail, I will say scraped your face on the pavement.
Oh, that's right, because it's double digits.
Yeah, double digits. So critical fail, unfortunately. You don't break your nose, but you definitely go down and come back up, and there is a scratch on the bridge of your nose of just you nailed it on the concrete, and it might get a little bit blue throughout the day.
Do you want to just... I'm assuming there's like patio furniture.
Yeah, there's like one chair.
Do you want to just have a seat, Darla?
A table with a whole bunch of cigarette butts next to it.
You're gonna look in the window because I'm probably gonna have to lift you up. So,
all right.
So Darla's still coming with you.
This is the most fun I've had at a sleepover, you guys.
Oh yeah. Cool. So Candy, you stealthily make your way over to the window. Darla, you're kind of like holding your nose. Candy, are you looking in with a flashlight?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming the lights aren't on.
No, not in that room, and you wouldn't be able to open the door to turn the light on either.
Right. Is the window jimmyable?
Potentially. It's got it doesn't have a lock on it, but it definitely might be kind of painted shut. Like this is the kind of situation where someone probably redid the house paint in the last 5 years and might have accidentally painted the window shut a bit.
Okay.
The window is look-throughable from ground level.
Yeah, because these are all ranch style houses, so I would say it's look throughable at the eye level. You don't have to pick her up or anything. Okay, so you guys are both looking in the window with the flashlight. Yep. Cool. And what you see is, as you pan the flashlight over the floor, you see a pile of limbs and viscera soaking into the beige carpet of the floor. It looks like someone cut this person into pieces, like they went through a wood chipper level of ripped apart. And I need you both to make a sanity roll for witnessing the severely unnatural. Dun, dun, dun.
Now, what do we, remind me what we roll for sanity?
So in that case, you are rolling against your sanity points. So whatever your current sanity points level is. So I think that's 45 for you.
44.
Okay. Right, because you lost the last time. That's right.
Yeah, I pass. Barely.
Oh. 30.
Nice. Okay. So you both succeed. You don't take any damage from this one, but it is rough. What you are looking at is it really looks like someone almost put this person through a deli slicer. Like, it is disgusting. There is and what is impressive to you is that you didn't really smell it. Like, Candy, you caught the scent of death a little bit, but not that bad. Darla, you didn't catch any of this. It's almost like as this person was being sliced apart, they were cauterized as it was occurring.
Well, we're getting in that room.
And Sophie, as you are sort of waiting inside, and you're kind of hear, well, you hear Darla just buy it on the pavement for a hot second. As you're sitting there, just waiting for things to happen, you hear a knock at the door. It's the front door, by the way, not the room full of viscera. Sorry, let me be clear. It's the front door.
That would suck.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet, but we will. But for now, you are hearing a knock at the front door.
Is there a window in the front living room that I can sort of peer out from behind the curtains without being seen to see who's there?
If you are in potentially the master bedroom, which was where Candy and Darla kind of left you, you can, you can look out the front window. And this is my favorite graphic. I'm so excited I finally got to it. So what you see out front are a seemingly beautiful young couple. There is a man and a woman. They both have brunette hair. They look very young, probably in their mid to early 20s. They are standing next to one another quite lovingly, and they are played by the cast of Pam and Tommy. Because I just really want to see this movie. Or no, it's a Netflix. No, it's a Hulu.
Hulu series.
Hulu series. But instead of looking like them, and I love Sebastian Stan, they look like this. So they are just standing kind of casually next to each other. The woman is definitely wearing sort of not a revealing outfit, but like a it's the 70s and it's the summer, so she's wearing something that's more of like a tube top and kind of bell bottoms, and he's wearing something that looks a little bit more formal, but not with a bow tie. Yeah, and they're just knocking on the front door.
Well, I'm going to wait to see if they decide to give up on their own.
Okay. You wait a couple of moments and they ring the doorbell, same as you guys did.
Well, these are determined little pricks, aren't they? Well, I'm going to head to the front door. Now, I've got my handbag with me, and I've got my hand inside the bag because that is where my Beretta lives. And I'm going to just slightly open the door. Can I help you?
And you are greeted by two very lovely young people who say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that someone was here. I'm so glad that you're home. I was wondering, I apologize. I know this is very late at night. But we're trying to just finish up our rounds. And at this point, the guy just sort of looks at her and he's like, go on, tell her, honey, it's okay. Yeah, so we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we wanted to know if we could speak to you about the Lord and our Savior and the great works that he has done. And
well,
she
darling,
smiles with this beautiful white smile.
Sophie's keeping her foot behind the door so it can't open any further. Well, darling, aren't you just precious? However, I must say this is probably the wrong neighborhood for you to be proselytizing in such a manner. This is not exactly a neighborhood where individuals of your own faith there would be welcome. This is a very religious neighborhood, but not exactly in the way that you would think.
And the woman sort of turns to the man and she says, I told you that it was useless. And he said, no, honey, it's okay. We need to spread the good word. And he sort of kind of props her up for a second. He's like, come on, you can do this. She's like, well, I understand, but the Lord works in so many different ways. And we just really wanted to we just wanted to get out here. I'm sorry. Is it possible if we could come in?
I'm so sorry, but I was just about to make myself a cup of tea and go to bed. It is getting rather late, at least for someone like myself. I have to be up very early in the morning. But I tell you what, why don't you come back in about 2 days and we'll have a nice chat then.
And you see the two people sort of like exchange looks for a second. Sophie, roll me an alertness roll.
It better be nice to me.
Use a help. Use a help.
No, help wouldn't help. Oh. It's an 86.
Ooh.
I'm back to reading my list.
Yeah. Inside of your handbag, along with your weapon, is that list that you're just like, God, there's German names, and I just need to know what they're doing. All you can say that right now, just kind of saying, casually saying, oh, it's very late. You kind of check your wristwatch. You're a woman of science. You have a wristwatch. It's past 10 p.m. on a Thursday night in the middle of a small town. And these people are knocking on doors.
Yeah, these streets should be rolled up by now.
Are you saying that to them out loud?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
These streets should be rolled up by now. It is quite late.
Oh, I understand. I was really hoping, and at this point, say the man sort of steps forward and it's like, is it possible that we could just come in and get a drink of water? We've just been walking around the town all night and we just really haven't had a whole lot of luck. I mean, you're absolutely right. This wasn't the right place to be doing this, but the Lord calls to us.
Well, unfortunately, the Lord has not been giving me any call-ins lately, so I'm going to have to say good night and wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. You might want to head on home before it gets too much later, and it's going to start to shut the door.
And at this, the man reaches his hand out and pushes the door slightly forward on you.
All right, my foot is blocking the door, so
okay. So this is kind of fun. This is a versus melee roll. So in this case, you are rolling. You guys are both going to roll your melee skills. So this person is rolling their melee skills, and you are rolling your melee skills. If one of you fails and the other one succeeds, then we know who wins. But then if you both succeed, it's basically based on who had the better skill at melee to begin with.
All right. So what are we talking about for melee? 'Cause I don't have melee weapons.
No. So this would be
unarmed.
Yeah, I guess technically this would be unarmed. Sorry, my apologies. So yeah, this is if you have even just your base unarmed combat is 40%. That's what you would potentially be.
We're gonna go ahead with unarmed. All right. I rolled a 67.
No!
Oh, out of the base skill of 40. Yeah, you definitely fail.
I fail.
I gotta be able to say this correctly. And he pushes back against the door and says, "Oh God, I wish I could say this. Vozravznivien and Brodenyo," and pushes the door forward.
Are these MFers Russian?
We got Ruskies.
You guys are outside. You don't know.
Oh, that's
right.
Sophie's got Ruskies.
Actually, I was gonna ask, can we hear any of this?
Yeah, like, are we still looking in the window? Like,
you guys are looking in the window. You passed your like, terror of like looking at a meat grinder that happened in someone's room. You can hear as the door gets pushed back, but I don't think from the other side of the house that you would necessarily hear this conversation that's going on.
Okay.
Sophie's going to raise her voice. Well, now that's not very polite.
I turn off my flashlight.
I want my voice to carry to the back of the house.
Now, that's not very polite. I love that.
It's all right. She didn't make a bird call, so she's probably all right.
Oh no!
Isn't that like? Isn't that's not very nice? Like Southern for we bout to fight.
Sometimes it's kind of like bless your heart. Like it can mean no, bless your heart's like aloha. That's not very nice. We should probably get back in there.
Great. Yeah.
Okay. So Sophie, as you're saying, well, that's not very nice, very loudly. The two people sort of push past you, and they start walking in. And one of them, the woman who was behind the man at the time, draws down on you with their very own Walther PPK with a silencer, and it is pointing directly at your face.
Well, my hand in my handbag is pointing directly at her gut, but she does not know that. No, I'm going to take a step back away from the crazy lady with her big old silencer.
Okay.
What are you here for? What do you want?
I'll take one more second with this. The woman walks in and she says, "Nikolai, look for the information." And then she looks at you and she's pointing the gun down at you. "I believe that we are looking for the same things. It's just a matter of who found it first." And she shuts the door, kicks the door behind her. And as she kicks the door shut, Darla and Candy, if you would like, you can try to make a stealth roll again to see if you can get into the house without the Russians noticing you. I was so excited when I wrote this up. I was like, I can't wait. They're going to fight the Russians. Oh.
I passed with flying colors. My stealth is like wicked high.
Yeah, Candy's stealth is super great. You have helps. I'm just saying.
You have helps. You use them.
She passed. That face says she passed.
Yeah. Did you get exactly a 2? Is that what
I got a 2?
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So now that Darla is aware of all of the hazards of tripping that she might find, you two are both able to make your way back through the porch door. You could say it's probably like a not a sliding door, but like a glass door to the back that has a relatively quiet opening. So you're able to come back in and shut the door if you would like. Candy, you currently still have your shoes on in the house, just at the moment.
I'm gonna keep them on.
You go for it. And you are hearing Sophie saying, like, now what are you doing here? And you hear someone with a very thick Russian accent saying, I think you'll know exactly what I am doing here. And we are here to take care of stuff. And as you are hearing that, you see a man that looks strikingly like Sebastian Stan start to come around the corner and make his way into the dining room. He has not spotted you. I will let you both take an action to surprise him if you would like.
Darla.
I'm going to throw a knife at him. For my throwing knives.
Okay. So that would be, what is your skill to do that? See, this is why I had you guys roll skill stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Secret.
Let's see. So my throwing knives, my skill is 50.
Yeah. And you still have helps.
I'm going to use a help.
Very nice.
Because, I mean, I'd like a non-lethal, but, you know, definitely something to stop him. I want him to know I'm there. I got 50.
Okay, exactly pass. Very nice. Or with the help, it's
with the help of 45.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, you are able to chuck a knife at him. Let me see if he would be. Let me see if I can make an alertness roll for him to see if he's. Oh, don't be scared of my dice rolling, stupid cat. You are throwing the knife, and as you throw it, he looks at you, but he's not able to dodge out of the way. Feel free to roll your damage on this guy. As you drive the knife into him.
Damage just says special, so what do you want me to roll for that?
I would say for a knife, roll a 1d4. If you have one of those kicking around. Yeah, sorry. That was the other thing that I meant to tell you guys, was to make sure that you had your weapons dice for this, so feel free to grab those if you need to. Trying to see what is it.
Shiny.
1. I got a 1.
Okay. Cool. So you wing that knife at him, and he didn't notice up until you were to, and he sees you as the knife sort of wings into his say like hip level. So you were aiming a little bit more for torso, but you came down a little bit, and it embeds into his hip in his very nice bell-bottom trousers, which is slap. And he's like, oh. Candy, you can also get a surprise round on the guy. So what would you like to do in this moment?
I would like, can I hold my action?
Okay. What would you like to hold it until?
Taking her shoes off.
I'm keeping them on, okay? I want to see how this fight's going to play out, because I have very little combat skills. So I think I'm just going to grab I'm going to have my little 22, my purse 22 ready, just out and ready in case something happens that I don't like.
Yeah. I will also let you, if you would like, when you guys, I didn't specifically describe furniture or anything, but when you guys came in, relatively Spartan, but not super bad. So if you want to like hide behind a piece of furniture in the den, I will let you do so.
Great. Let's do that.
Okay. So there is a big old couch, not a sectional, but like a couch and a love seat and a chair sort of situation. They are navy blue. They have little specks on them. This is my parents' furniture from the 80s. But yeah, they have it's almost like the tiniest gingham check you could possibly imagine. Yeah, you are able to hide behind the love seat. So there's the sofa in the center. There's the love seat off to the left, which is closest to the door you just came in. And then over to the right is the chair with a nice ottoman in front of it. And you are able to duck behind the love seat before this person even notices you. But Darla, he sees you as this is happening. And now we get into the fun of actually doing rounds. So the way that this works is it's based on your dexterity modifier. So I need to know what people's dexterity is individually in order to give you guys an order of combat. And we'll see how far we get in the last half hour of this game.
Our modifier is the dex times 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mine's 50.
Okay.
Mine is 60.
85.
Ooh, okay.
She's very dexterous.
Oh yeah, but I'm dumb.
Hashtag dexterous but dumb.
I forgot last time how low my intelligence is. My intelligence is half my charisma.
Oh, girl.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
But this is what you're here for. You're here for demolitions, and we're about to lay down. Cool. And we'll do that. Okay. So in terms of actual stuff that is now going in order, in terms of a combat round, we have Darla going first with the highest actual dexterity. So good job, Darla. What would you like to do? You have winged a knife at this guy who's in front of you. Dexterous but dumb. Thank you very much. Perfect.
I got my own hashy tag.
Yay!
Oh. Did he make a sound yet?
Yes. He as you sort of hit him in the hip. You it looks like, based on your expertise of doing this for years and years, you probably winged him almost in the bone. Like it went in, but only hit his hip bone. It didn't hit any major organs. It didn't hit a whole lot of blood. This isn't going to bleed a lot. This is just you winged him in the hip, and he's like, ugh! And he definitely goes, ugh. And we'll deal with everybody else once we get there. So right. What would you like to do in this reaction?
But can I see where Sophie is?
No. So she's up at the front door. You can see, basically this person has come into the living room. The dude is coming to the living room, or not living room, sorry, has come into the dining room. Sophie and the woman are still in the formal living room at the front of the house. So you are in the den kitchen area at the back, and you can see to the dining room where this man is standing.
All right. So I don't know that she has a gun on her right now.
No.
All right. I'm going to come at him like a spider monkey. Unarmed for now.
Okay.
Things quiet. I'm just going to quietly review what I have on me.
A lot of stuff, actually, that you could potentially be carrying at this moment.
I have a mamaw bag full of just...
For those of you at home, just in case you're curious, we actually had to add her rosary beads as a potential special damage because she could use them as a garrote. So I'm just curious where she's going with this right now. It's very exciting.
Went to a very special Catholic school. Yeah, I'm going to stick with knives. I'm going to slide my switchblade out of my blazer pocket. And I'm trying to get around him to get the knife in the neck.
Okay. So this would be melee weapons then, that you are attacking melee versus melee. So similar to what Sophie just experienced, you are rolling against his melee skill, and he has the ability to potentially stop you from doing it. He wouldn't be able to attack you in this moment, but basically you are rolling to hit him, and he will try to stop you.
Okay.
Melee.
Is he tall?
He's Sebastian Stan. He's like 6 feet tall.
I thought he was little.
He's super little. My friend's
Most
6
of the
feet
stunt
tall.
guys are little. I don't know. But if he's tall, then I'm gonna kick the side of his knee to bring him down so I can get that. But I'm not going to do any of that because I rolled a 78.
Elle in the comments, find out how tall Sebastian Stan is in real life.
Darla
I
Spade,
think he's like 6 feet.
I think he's 6 feet because I know that Ryan Gelotti's wife was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's 6 feet tall. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she's also 6 feet tall, and she
Otherwise known
film
as
her in such a way that she didn't look intimidating compared to him.
So I would have tried to kick out the knee to bring him down a little bit for the knife, but I rolled a 78 out of
Okay.
50.
So you try to make sort of like a Black Widow maneuver of like jumping on him and trying to get him down with your knife, but he is able to block it. He has like 2 hands that come up and kind of go, "Ugh," and he's grabbing onto your arm. And it is officially his turn. So what he is going to attempt to do is roll melee against you. He's going to try to flip you. So you've basically like made your way sort of around or near him. And he's going to try to flip you away from him, like throw you on the ground sort of situation. So roll your melee again. I'll roll it unarmed for him. It's the same.
Is this how high I bounce?
Okay. You got a 2. What's your skill level in this?
For unarmed or melee?
Give me unarmed right now.
Unarmed is 60.
Okay. Yeah. So you succeed. He got a 58. You guys are at the same level. So he does not override you. He tries to flip you onto the ground, but you are able to do some kind of cool maneuver where you kind of, while still kind of tangled up in his arms for a hot second, you are able to get out of his grasp before he can actually flip you onto the ground. Cool. Now we are dealing with the woman who is pointing a gun at Sophie's face. And she's hearing some crazy stuff going on with her partner. And she shouts at him, Nikolai, the chats! And she kind of looks away for a second and then points the gun back at you and says, what is the meaning of this? Are you American spies? And she does not shoot you, but she's just asking you a question.
American spies? Honey, the one woman I am with, I tell you, she's a party girl. The other one can't keep on her feet. Me? I just work at General Electric. I'm not doing anything exciting. I don't know what you're talking about, spies.
All right. Yeah, I will say that all she's accomplishing in this round is kind of looking to see what's happening with Nicholas and then turning back to you and saying, what's going on? And she's still pointing the gun at your face. Now we move to Sophie, who is hiding behind the...
Wait, me?
Candy, you mean?
Sorry, Candy. No, it is Sophie, actually. Sophie has a higher dexterity modifier than Candy. So, Sophie, it is your turn.
I'm actually going to hold my turn. I'm going to hold my action until the action joins me and little Miss Russia 1978 in the living room.
Okay. So you guys are just, at this point, just having a conversation back and forth. Kind of like, are you a spy? I'm totally not a spy. I'm just dealing with a drug dealer. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Candy, you are. It is your official turn, and you are hiding behind the love seat.
I jump
behind the sofa, but it's not true.
I jump out from behind the sofa and I go, Tovarich, comrades.
Okay. What do you want to roll to try to convince them that you're a Russian spy?
I'm gonna roll my freaking persuade, baby.
Oh God, you've got to just nail this to the wall, otherwise things are going to get real weird. You have help.
I'm gonna use my help.
You have a great persuade. I
do.
It's going to be interesting.
I didn't need it. 31.
Okay. Yeah, you jump out from behind the
Love seat.
love seat. Yeah. And you say, was it Govorit?
Dovorich.
Yeah.
That means comrade in Russian.
Yeah.
I watched way too many reruns of The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
And Nicholas looks up at you and starts to speak to you in Russian.
They're listening. I've been working undercover for 3 freaking years, and you come in here and you got it. I was this close.
Darla,
Nikolai,
are you still like wrestling with him with the knife while this conversation is going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Absolutely. I think I might have gotten a little stab in while she was like, "Comrade, stab."
Yeah. I'm gonna roll his human intelligence
against mine.
Not necessarily. This is more like him as a potential operator would he recognize other people who are potential operators in the area for this Russian cell. Let's see. While you are able to potentially convince him for a second, you do distract him. He immediately says, "Niet, niet. There's no one else in this area." And then he starts fighting with Darla again. Darla, it is back to your turn.
Oh, it's me.
And I will give you a +5 advantage to whatever you're rolling because he was distracted by Candy talking to him in Russian for no reason. He's not smart.
Yeah, so he's a pretty good fighter, so I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna kneecap him.
Okay. What are you rolling on this? This would be, I guess, still unarmed at this point, unless you're using something specific to try to kneecap him.
Yeah, I'm getting my gun out of wherever I hide my gun at this point, because I probably don't have my bag on me at this point. It probably fell off.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I said, I had my. No, yeah. Scrap the gun. I still have my switchblade. I'm stabbing him in the knee.
Okay.
Make him go down because I feel like I want to talk to him at this point, so I'm gonna stop going for death blows.
Okay.
Which aren't working anyway.
Interesting. All right, roll your melee. Get a bonus. So I guess it's technically a -5 without having to take a help. And I will roll his melee as well to see if he succeeds.
28 -5, so 23.
Okay, you definitely succeed over him. He also succeeds. So he kind of like, he's distracted and he sort of like pushes your arm off a little bit, but you are able to like kind of double down and come back around him, and you nail him in the side of the calf. Like not in the knee where you want it, but you nail that knife to the bone in the side of his calf. Just slack. And he's, and he just comes down on a knee. God, okay. What is he doing at this point? It's his turn now. He had someone yelling at him in Russian. He was fighting with you a second ago.
Now he's eating carpet.
Yeah.
I don't mean it that way.
He's gonna try to reach behind him to his waistband. In close proximity to him, Darla, you could see he also has a silenced Walter PPK. You can roll. Well, okay, roll against his unarmed skill to see if you can stop him from trying to get his gun. He will not be able to fire it, but if he can, he'll try to grab it.
Yeah, because well, I mean, I would. We're if I see it, then we're both reaching for it, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what am I rolling against?
This would be unarmed versus unarmed.
18.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I thought at first he rolled a 66, which would have been bad, but he rolled a 69.
Oh.
Critical success no matter what. Yeah. So
It's the saddest nice.
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 So he is able to sorry. I'll get back to that in a second. He is able to draw the gun down while you guys are fighting. So he has it out. Also roll your damage. I apologize, Darla. I did not allow you to do your knife damage. So roll a d4 to jamming that knife into his calf muscle.
Oh, that one. I was about to say I did.
Yeah, you rolled the previous damage of getting him in the hip, but you just kind of knocked him into the hip for a second. This is bone deep level, like nasty.
Yep.
1.
Oh,
Okay.
To infiltrate the party.
It's at the Kremlin. You have to infiltrate.
Infiltrate your Kremlin.
I guess I don't know. Patio. Candy's better at Russian accents than me. Okay, so he's been able to pull his gun out. He's not completely subdued, but he is trying. Okay, now we are back to the front room where we have our female antagonist and Sophie sort of staring each other down. And she says, "Just give me the papers. That's all I need." And she cocks the gun. She had it out at first. I guess it's not really a cock. It's more like a pulling the hammer back.
Pull the slide back. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So she's got it down, and she had it in her hand since the beginning, but she hadn't cocked it in your face before, and she is still like on your face, like, just tell me where the papers are. That's all I need.
What?
And Sophie, it is officially your turn.
What papers are you talking about? Why don't we go see what the hell is going on back there? And maybe we can sit down and talk about this like two rational adults once we see what the children are doing.
Okay. Sophie, do you have any skills that you would try to sort of not disarm necessarily like taking the gun away from her, but disarm her like a psychology or a not bureaucracy. I'm just looking at the stuff that you've got.
I have intelligence and bureaucracy. Don't think computer science is going to help me here at all.
And this would be like a psychotherapy sort of level of things. Yeah. Try rolling your bureaucracy. Say that you could potentially throw in some information about the physics that you've already sort of discovered.
There we are. And I am going to use a help for this.
Go for it. That you are able to communicate to this woman that you potentially have some information that's useful to them, and you name drop a couple of things about the physics. And her eyes are.
I found some very interesting schematics.
Okay. You got a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh!
A 1 and a double odd. Yes.
Okay. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, okay. I will go with that. So, she sort of pauses for a second, especially as you start to talk about physics and stuff. This is something more interesting. She kind of looks at you. Then call off whoever else is in the room. And she pulls the gun away from you to gesture at the other room. So she still has her hand on, she has her finger on the trigger, but she is now no longer pointing the gun at you. She's taken a moment to just be like, then call off your other friends who are in the other room.
Can I take another action?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. I'm going to take my weapon out and let her see that it's been pointed at her this whole time. So point that at her and say, now, we're going to go back there and we're going to see what the hell's going on. And then we'll sit down and figure out just what we all want here.
It's not a reflex save. It's roll me a dexterity. Because the second you pull that gun out, she's a spy. She's gonna try to bring her gun back around to aim at you again. So roll me a dexterity against her dex.
Have rolled a 49, and my dexterity is 60.
Okay, so you succeed. Unfortunately, she rolled a 26 against her 70.
Well, damn.
So, she sees you with your gun. You pull it out and you're trying to explain to her calmly, like, let's go talk to people like adults. And she immediately draws the gun back around you. So now you're both pointing guns at each other, but nothing has happened yet. And you are both, like, drawn down at each other's faces. Candy! Let's see what's happening with Candy. So, Candy, you've been shouting at really hot Sebastian Stan, who's been stabbed in the thigh. No, stabbed in the hip and now the right calf. Thank you. I forget.
Is it the same leg or is it opposite legs?
Same leg. So you hit his right hip first, and then as you were fighting with him, you kind of got behind him for a second, and then you were able to sort of get him down. He is kneeling with his the knife is embedded slightly in his right calf, and he is that leg is sort of on the ground, and then he is sort of trying to half stand on his left leg. Candy, you were yelling at him in Russian. What do you want to try now?
Screw it. So I just kind of want to walk over and put my 22 against his head.
Ooh, okay. He's distracted, so I'll just let you do it. Is there anything specific that you want to say?
You're hot.
For anyone who wants a good thrill, try to look up the time that Sebastian Stan got interviewed next to Sharon Stone. They were in the same interview, and he starts hitting on her in Romanian, and it is really attractive. But that is the kind of level of like Russian spy sort of situation that's going on. Yeah, you put your gun next to his head, and you hear him say, meow. Anna Divyat. And she kind of looks at Sophie for a second, and then still sort of drawn, but sort of puts her gun down lower. She starts to shift toward him in the dining room, still keeping her eye on you for a second. But she's looking and looking at him and looking, and then she makes her way around to the dining room, and she sees the situation that he's in, and she's like, still has her gun out, but he's clearly like, I'm boned. And he drops his gun. He says, we're just looking for the list.
Like a grocery list? What list?
And Nicholas speaks up again. The Osenberg list. It's the list of scientists from the Nazi camp. We're trying to find it, and we know that it was here.
List.
Nazis? Nazi scientists. Why would that be here?
Huh.
I mean, I know there's been some weird stuff going on here, but you're looking for a list of scientists. Wouldn't you be better off going to some sort of organization that would keep track of that instead of some random house?
Anna, the woman, who is still sort of pointing the gun down, says, don't play games with me. I know you know things about physics. You know what we're looking for. You've already told me everything that you know. I just need to know where the list is.
Well, we found a number of physics equations that make absolutely no sense at all. That should not even be possible. As for a list of equations are all I can give you.
Hey, Natasha, I think Moose and Squirrel are in the second bedroom. You should go check it out.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
If you wanted to do that, I mean, so right now Nicholas is kind of incapacitated. And I will say, Darla, that you are allowed to sort of take control of his gun. He's put his hands up at this point, especially when Anna comes around. Anna still has control of her gun, but you are able to sort of take his off of him. Pushkin.
Speaking of Russian,
Yay! Do you guys want to try to herd them toward that second bedroom? Darla and Candy, you're the only ones that have actually seen what's going on in that bedroom. Sophie has never seen anything.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Correct. So you would have to try to pick up a slightly incapacitated Nicholas and Anna and sort of shift them toward that room. You can try
I'm
to do
not.
it if you want to.
I'm not moving Nicholas. Nicholas is under my gun. But
yeah, Nicholas is good where he is.
Anna can go.
However, needs to put down her gun, and then yeah, she can go over to that bedroom.
just have a friendly look. Speaky boo.
So yeah,
And I just look confused because I have no idea what the hell you found there.
yeah. So I will allow. So Anna starts to walk, and she sort of puts her gun down passively. She can give it to Candy. That's very exciting. So both of these
Sophie, can you just give her a quick?
Russians have been disarmed. And Sophie, you can sort of not lead her to the bedroom, but you can walk with her to the bedroom with your gun still drawn. As she sort of kind of tries the door, she says, What's the meaning of this? The door is locked.
It's not locked. Just push real hard.
I am pushing. It is not happening. I cannot push the door open. I cannot push the door open. It is shut. I cannot. Actually, let me roll her alertness.
While you do that, I'm just going to be like, hey, come here often.
Anna critically succeeds in her alertness. And she pushes against the door a couple of times. And she starts to swear a lot in Russian. And she's kind of like yelling things back and forth to Nicholas. And you hear them kind of, not hear them, but like you're, Anna from the bedroom is like exclaiming a lot. And Nicholas is saying like, I don't know, like he looks really confused and kind of looking at Candy like, why is she hitting on me? And still kind of confused. Anna starts to, still under the watchful eye of Sophie, starts to sort of backs out towards Nicholas and says, I don't know what's in there, but it's not good.
So that wasn't you guys? That you didn't plan that whole
Niet.
dead thing?
No. We were sent here to find the Ostenburg list. We had no idea that there might be other players involved. I don't know what caused whatever happened in there. It was unnatural.
Someone want to tell me what she is talking about?
Well, remember the main character of the second book?
Mm-hmm.
Worse than that.
Yeah. Like lots of props everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. Like cauterized props.
That sounds extremely messy.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I can tell you that someone is very dead in that bedroom, and I don't want to look at it.
So
what do y'all know about Ostenburg?
And we'll leave it there for tonight. In a standoff with the Russians while you guys are hanging out in this house. Very interesting. I'm curious to see where this goes from here.
Do you think it's illegal to hook up with Russian spies?
Probably not on this mission. You'd probably have to ask Darla about that. She's the CIA person. Yeah.
What
So
two
thank you.
consensual people do at gunpoint.
Before we conclude tonight's interesting game, why don't we introduce our players and what they do for a living? And if you guys have anything that you would like to promote, feel free. We have Elle in the comments being able to take care of stuff. So let's go with Darla Day. Why don't you tell us what your real name is and what you do, and if there's anything that you want to promote?
Hi, my name is Katie Bourbon. You can follow me on Twitter. That was my main thing last time. I was like, I need Twitter followers because I don't know, I'm posting all kinds of dumb stuff and there's no one there to appreciate it. I'm in a show called I Love You to Death. It is a murder mystery. It's going to be in Brick, New Jersey. First show is February 11th. I will get you the other dates and more information than that by next week. And other than that, come see us at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair.
New Jersey Renaissance
Yay.
Fair. It's my secret water bottle. Cool. Dr. Sophie McCoy, why don't you tell us who you really are and what you're up to, and if there's anything you want to promote?
Awesome. Hi, I'm Dana Michike. Not really a physicist in real life. Leave that to the smart people. I am currently getting ready to work with the auditions for the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair that are coming up in February. Hopefully by the next time I do something with Nat 21 Adventures, I will have stood up a stand-up show. So standing up a stand-up, working on materials, so I'll let you know what happens there. Other than that, come see me in Pennsylvania.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was real sad. I was like, I know how to spell it, sort of, but I'm not well enough to fix it for Elsa. Can you,
That's
in our
beautiful.
private
That's
chat, can you
adorable.
fix it? That's how you pronounce it, though. I'll say
Leave
that.
it.
Michike,
A lot
yep.
of people call you Dana Machichi, and that's not correct
Machichi,
either.
Munchichi, Mikachi, I've gotten it all. My favorite is just Dana.
Dana M.
Dana M.
This is Dana M. Yeah, feel free to put that in the private chat. Dana. Thank you. Did much. I am loving having Elle as our person. This is really awesome. I miss my husband a lot, and I wish he had better internet signal, but this is great. Yeah, Lady Dana Mom.
That's what I'm known as.
Okay, Candy, why don't you tell us who you really are and what you've been up to?
Hi, I'm Katie Hauser, Haeuser.
That one's close.
Yeah. And I am a member of Chaste Treasure. So yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, we have a contract that might potentially involve my friend Katie here. It just depends on whether or not I can secure all of the other people that need to be involved and if they have a car. So that's a whole thing. Yeah, feel free to support us on Chase Treasure at Patreon. So patreon.com/Chase Treasure. It is a sort of adult type thing. We make a lot of adult type jokes. So we try to make sure that that only gets to adult type people. So you do have to look it up as patreon.com/Chase Treasure. And similarly, my name is Melissa L.E. Baker. You can also call me Melissa Lee. I am the author of, let me find it, Dare. Or maybe Elle can find it. Dare, there it is. Dare, which is available by me on Audible, is read by Tom Zadoyko. It's also available on Amazon. If you look up Dare by Melissa Lee, it is a collection of short horror fiction and sci-fi stuff, which is super fun. I also have a Patreon as well. That is patreon.com/quill and quote. You also have to look that up because I do use a lot of adult language and similar creepy themes, like he's a pile of limbs and viscera on the floor of his second bedroom, slowly soaking into the plush beige carpet. I got to write that today, so that was real fun. So yeah, if you like creepy stuff, if you like gothic horror, if you want to hear more about it, I write a bunch of creepy things, and my husband likes to record them and be able to read them to you either as an Audible file or as a just an individual file. I also want to take a special quick shout out to everybody. I apologize that I haven't posted a lot on my Instagram or on these kinds of things, but my cat died about a week. Only 6.5 years old, and we were real sad. And thank you so much to those of you who have donated to my GoFundMe. I really appreciate that. It's helped take care of a lot of end of life costs. And she was a real great cat. And I hope that everybody has the opportunity to have a very sassy, bitchy cat in their lives. She was a hell of a person. Well, not a person. She was a hell of a personality in terms of just a cat. Also, Fräulein Elsa from Chase Treasure is checking out things as Eleonora Thomas. Fräulein Elsa from Chase Treasure. She's super awesome. You can check out her work coming up on our Valentine's Day episode of Ladies Unlaced, where she does all of our background editing and awesome stuff.
She's a rock star.
She's amazing. And I'm super excited. I really loved when we got to do... It's past midnight. When we got to do our Christmas holiday themed stuff, and we did... was it Chase Treasure? That's us. We did a Christmas song and she did vibrator noises in a bass line, which was absolutely amazing. Like found different pitches of vibrator noises and used them as the bass line. It was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I've never heard anything like that in my life. So check out her Ladies Unlaced Valentine's Day episode coming up on February 11th. And check out Chase Treasure as we perform coming up soon at the Florida Renaissance Festival, which will be happening. We will be there starting at the end of February. So February 26th and 27th is our first weekend. And then we will be there through the middle of March. So we get to cover my birthday as well as my husband's birthday, which will be super fun. So we're looking forward to that. It'll be myself and Lady Gwendolyn and Sultana Lila who will be coming down. So super fun stuff. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry that we leaving you on a cliffhanger. I will let you know if we can do this episode and wrap things up next week. I will be on a business trip with my family, so I'm not sure if I'm able to. I'll figure something out. If we can't, and we'll probably just have sort of a break episode. But regardless, we will be wrapping this up very shortly in either next week or the week after, finishing our fabulous game of Geist, the hunt of Nazis and now Russians. Oh, no. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a really great night. See you soon.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.